Hi, my name is Nick. I'm the co-founder and CEO of Treve, and today I want to show you how to use our site search component to build AI search and conversational chat for any e-commerce site. So the first step in the process is going to be to figure out an existing Shopify site that you're interested in offering AI chat for. In this case, for today's example, we are going to pick True Classic. True Classic is a up and coming brand. They have a Shopify store, and you can tell they have a Shopify store because they have a products.json, as you can see here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the URL for True Classic Tees and I'm going to crawl it as a Shopify store. So here you're going to see that I'm going to create a new data set. We're going to call this True Classic Tees. And then I'm going to go to the crawling options, add the URL to their site, and checkbox Shopify. Whenever I click Start New Crawl, we're going to go ahead and pull in all of the products from the True Classic Shopify catalog. And if I open the search playground, we can see the products that we pulled in here and even do some example searches like polo, searching over groups to get all the products grouped by variant instead of just products by themselves with each variant alone. Yeah, works great. And you can see here that we have pulled in the Shopify store's inventory. Okay, so that's the first step. The second step is we want to actually get a component like this one, if I show you their current site with our modification, which allows you to search and query the site using AI. So I can ask something like black pants for a Harley rider, and the AI is able to reference the catalog and pull examples of pants that I might like to buy, given I ride a Harley Davidson. We get some nice emojis, and overall, it's like a high quality response. My goal now is to actually set this up, given that I've ingested True Classics catalog. Okay, so to do that, we're going to go to the demo page in this left-hand side nav, and I'm going to zoom in here for clarity, go to 140%, and we are going to click Publish Dataset. Okay, the first thing is that there's this really long kind of messy UUID here, and we're going to want to clean that up. So what we're going to do is go to Overview, and we're going to set a tracking ID for the dataset. In this case, we'll do True Classic Tees. Okay, and now if we come back, you'll see the URL has been cleaned up. So currently, I'm on a pre-existing page for this. Let me change the tracking ID to something unique. We'll do no dashes. Back to the demo page. And you'll see it's just like a blank page. I can't even open the component yet. Okay, to make this something that I can actually use, we have to go through and set some of the parameters. So let's start with the brand name, True Classic. And then we're gonna go to the website to pull the rest of the information. All right, the brand color, they have a black and white color scheme. So our brand color here is just going to be black. The heading prefix is typically going to be demo 4. And in this case is for True Classic Tees. The font, typically what I do is I just check and see how they do their Gs. I'll pick between like Work Sans and Inter or Roboto, depending on whether or not the Gs make a full loop. In this case, it does not. So Maven Pro or Inter will be fine choices. Then I'll put in my name. And if you want to, you can put your LinkedIn URL. That's like the person kind of bringing this deal to True Classic. Now that I have all that, I'm going to get their favicon. I have a little script. You can ask the LLM to generate one for you that can get the favicon from any given site. So I'm just going to pull this one in here. Go back over here, add in the brand logos. In this case, we have a Shopify store, so the search type is correct. And then we're going to add some like floating buttons. So we're going to do a floating search button on, we'll do the left side in this case. And then we'll write some open graph tag data. So what I like to do for this is actually use the default OG image from the site, because that gets us the most like coherent and smooth view that we can for the store whenever they see the text preview of the link. And then I will write a little bit about it. So here I will say demo of an AI sales agent for True Classic. I might even do custom demo. And then I will write a brief description. Typically I introduce myself as the person, sharing the demo, and then include like another sentence explaining what it does. So, hi, I'm Nick, the co-founder /CEO of an AI company named Treve. We raised $3.5 million to make building conversational discovery experiences amazing for France. You will find a custom demo of our conversational AI sales agent for True Classic at this link. In this way, whenever you send a text with the URL, the brand owner can get some context on what it is you're actually offering. So we'll press save, and this wraps up and finishes configuring our demo page outside of the default questions and search queries. What we're going to do now is go ahead and open this up and open, well, hopefully we've been able to open our component. We can change this really quick. And if this does not fix it, we're gonna have to look in DevTools and see what the problem is. Yeah, we got some issue going on. Let's take a peek. We have a minified React error. Something is going on with this create root function. And I'm actually not quite sure what. Okay, there we go. That's a little bug that I will fix before you use the page, hopefully. Okay, so now you can see that I have gotten the component to render. We have a floating button on the left, and then we can also open it up here. One of the nice features of this is actually that we can get the default AI questions to appear. So what we're going to want to do here is, I don't really like these ones. I don't want to make them hard false. So we're going to refresh, and I'm still not a big fan of this. We might do one more refresh, see if we get something a little bit better. This is okay. Let's see if we come up with search. Yeah, actually, these are like much better queries. So we're going to take these and use them for our default search and chat questions. So we'll do indigo wash jeans comfort fit, and then contemporary athletic cut variety pack. And then we might do a fun one like great jeans or a Harley rider. I always think it's like fun to have something that's like personal and good for a person that might be giving a gift. And we'll put these same ones in the search. Okay, so now we're gonna go back to our demo page one more time. And what you're gonna see happen is that I have some default AI questions right here. But this page is still looking a little bit empty. And there's one more feature that you can do for e-commerce sites, which is unique and really helps to like fill out the product and the offering that you're showing the customer. So what we're gonna do is add a single product page here. One of the tips that I can advise on is to take a featured product from their homepage. So here you can see they've made this staple 6-pack, like their #1 most liked product. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull in that product and get the data, which would be required to set up the single product view. I'm going to open up the search playground. We're going to set group search to true, and then put in a query for this product. And here we have the staple 6-pack that was being included on that page. So the first thing we're gonna get is the group tracking ID. Group tracking ID is right here. Go back to the dashboard, set that for group tracking ID. Then we're gonna get the product tracking ID, set that for product tracking ID. Then we're gonna get the URL of the image. Then we'll get the product name. So staple sleeve, long sleeve, 6-pack. And then we will get the description of that product. So I'll just do the first line of it. This can be HTML. So we're going to do a paragraph, and then I'm going to add a new line afterward. Okay. And again, we're going to do the same thing. We generate some AI questions to use as our default instead of freehanding those. Going to go ahead and go back to the demo page here, give it a refresh, and you will now see that we've loaded our product image. So this description has to be at least as long as the title for the width to look mostly correct. So what we're actually going to do is grab more of the description. I'm going to go ahead and pull in some of the other data here, and we'll get this added in. Okay, one more time. And you'll see that now we load in the full width correctly. Okay, and then these are also great starter questions that we are going to use for our default. That way the user never has to wait on inference to see something in the UI. Okay, one more time, we'll load the demo page. You'll see the starter questions get populated instantaneously. And the last thing that we can do here is get some recommendations. So we'll do long sleeve tees as our recommendation search query. And now you will see at the bottom here, we have recommendations. Okay, so now there's a lot of features going on. And what I would recommend doing is walking the customer through all the features in a recording. I like to use OBS for my screen recordings. You can use whatever service you prefer. We use Vimeo to actually like record and edit our recordings. It's like a nice AI feature for removing ums, ahs, buts, etc. So what we'll do is we'll walk through the product. I'm going to give you an example of what that would look like now, and then we'll come in and set up another demo video as kind of like a placeholder. Okay, so here's my fake demo. Hey, True Classic team, my name is Nick. I'm the co-founder and CEO of Treve. Treve is an AI company that offers a search component which uses conversational AI like ChatGPT to help customers find what they're looking for when they're shopping. The coolest feature and the most flagship component that we offer is improving your conversion rates on the product display pages by giving users the ability to ask anything they want to as a last mile question about a product. For example, on the long sleeve six pack, I can ask, are returns accepted? You know what? Why not just use my voice? Are returns accepted? In this case, we don't actually have the return policy, but that can be corrected in production by adding it to our system prompt once we work with you and your brand. We can customize this to have your tone of voice and get across your message in your style. For now, we can ask something that we know is in the product, like will the fabric shrink after washing? And again, the AI is able to explain that, like, yes, it will shrink by about 5%. Sometimes, beyond just improving your conversions by users being able to ask questions, this can also help you improve your conversions by showing you what the last mile hangups users are facing can be. So you can optimize your product descriptions and product title text. Moreover, we do personalized recommendations. So if I was browsing your site and I came across the emerald long sleeve crew neck, what we can do is personalize the rest of the recommendations to have an implicit more like this. So everything becomes based around this option that the user liked previously. You'll see that we go to all long sleeves because that's what the user has shown they're more likely to want to buy. And the last thing I think is really cool is normally when you search, you just get keyword results shown in a widget or search box. Looks like this one. Sometimes you'll have suggested queries on the left. We flip that on its head and give the user an AI sales agent experience. Our goal with the conversational AI is to help replicate the brick and mortar experience of having a sales associate guide you towards a purchasing decision in person. So here you can see, like, if I come in, I can talk to the AI the same way I would a human. So I can say, hey, I'm trying to buy my partner some new clothes. He is a big Harley Davidson rider, and I want to get him some new jeans. I can give the AI that whole long audio recording. And it's like awesome. I mean, it's literally like having a human that breaks down the catalog for me. So you can see here that the AI understands what I'm asking. It puts my question raw text after the transcription here. And then it says, if you are looking to buy jeans for a partner who's a big Harley rider, consider options that combine comfort and style, perfect for his lifestyle. The Comfort Denim collection offers jeans that feel like a t-shirt for your legs, ensuring comfort during long rides and versatile style for occasions. I just think that is absolutely awesome. Like, contextualizing the catalog for the exact use case that I'm looking for makes it so much more likely that I will be comfortable making a purchase. So here you can see that I'm going to offer the indigo and medium gray wash straight comfort jeans, the black classic straight jeans, and the slim fit options as the three highlighted choices. And I get a more info link to all of these. If I click on more info, it'll open the product up inside of a PDP. Yeah, so thank you so much for listening to my short demo here. I think this would be super interesting and an awesome bit of AI tech to add to the store to boost engagement and conversions. And I would love to chat more if you have some availability in the upcoming weeks. Cheers. Okay, thanks for listening to my fake sales pitch there. In reality, like, that's the kind of thing that I would record for True Classic and then send to them. Once I have that recording done, I typically will upload it to Vimeo. And I don't want to actually show our Vimeo here for the demo. So let me think about how I want to do this. Okay, what we'll do is we'll pull one that I'm like reasonably sure would be okay. Let me think of one that I've made recently that has a video of me talking over the product. Yeah, I made one for this snowboarding company called Capita, and you can see my original video here. What we're gonna do is get the share button, click on the embed, and then we're gonna customize it. So when I go to customize it, this is like, imagine you've uploaded the video to Vimeo, and then you're gonna take the URL included in the embed and add that to the Treve dashboard for the video link here. And then one more time, we're gonna come back to the demo page and the video is embedded right here. Now that I have the video, I would call this demo page complete, and I would copy the link and then put it into a LinkedIn DM, a text message, or an email to actually send to the e-commerce decision maker at True Classic. It's really cool, converts super well. I think that it's something you can feel super comfortable actually reaching out and selling, because it's something that takes so much effort to actually like build and construct for the prospect. True Classic is obviously an amazing company as well that we would be super pumped to work with. So that's kind of like the end-to-end example of the demo page. Now, if you've read the docs, you'll see there's like a last mile bit of this for the more technically inclined, where you can actually prep getting it added to True Classic's site and verify what it might look like using Tamper Monkey. So Tamper Monkey is this neat tool which allows you to add custom scripts to your favorite web pages that are only available inside of your browser. So right now we're going to follow the instructions and do one for True Classic. So we're going to start off by going to trueclassic.com, and then we're going to create a new, first of all, we'll go to our, in this case, we're going to create a new script, and then I'm going to go to my dashboard after, and we're going to turn off the existing True Classic script that I had constructed beforehand. And then here in our new user script, we're going to do True Classic demo as the title of the script. We'll zoom in again. I'll do 140% here. So True Classic demo, cancel. And then we're going to add a star to the end. This appears for every True Classic page. If you press Control S the first time, it'll take you off of the thing. And then what we're going to do is go back to our guide and follow the instructions in the last step to add a code block to the demo page, so I forgot to do that. So back to the dashboard. If you look at the instructions here, we're going to add a tab message. We're going to add the title as code. We're going to show component code. You can write more here the same way you can a product description and the open graph. So I'm going to click save. And then now at the very bottom, we're going to get this nice code block of what you would actually add to the head tag of the site to render the component. In my case, we're going to keep this here for a second, come back to our guide and copy general structure of what we would need for the Tamper Monkey script. So we are going to go ahead and give this big blob of text a Control C, go back to Tamper Monkey, replace our function with this big old block of text. Okay, then we're gonna go back to our demo page, copy the parameters for the component, make sure that we add a tab. We'll do that one more time here. Again, tab this in. Actually, something is weird. We're gonna get the tab correct. Looks like these are off by a little bit. Okay, there we go. Now we have like the rough view of what this would look like. And if we go to trueclassic.com, you can see that our site-wide modal should now appear on the left, and it does. And we can do the same thing we did before, where I can ask something like moisture, wicking, performance, fabric, clothing, and I get recommendations. We'll allow notifications for the time being. Okay, the next thing that we would be able to do is add the inline product display page chat. So that's those AI questions that can go on their site. Looks like we want to put it here. So to do that, we're going to have to first figure out how we would get the group tracking ID for what the product is related to inside of Treve. This is like a more complicated step that you can ignore if you don't want to, but like I figured that I'll cover it at least in my example. So what we're gonna do is copy the name of the product here, which is Everyday Slim Comfort Stretch Jeans. Go back to our dashboard, open the search playground, again, turn group search on, and then search for like what is the group ID of this product. And the group ID is a 66480 number. Now we have to figure out like, okay, where on the page inside of the HTML does this number actually exist? And we'll zoom in a little bit here so everyone can see. I just like search for it and then I look to see where it's gonna come up. This is like some window.datalater.push. Doesn't seem like it's accessible to me with my monkey script, Tamper Monkey script. So we'll keep going. Again, doesn't seem like it's accessible from there. I'm not sure what I'm looking at on that one. Okay, here it looks like it is accessible. We have a window.inveterate.properties.page, and this should be accessible by any script. So let's test that if we can. Go back up one. Okay, there we go. We are going to copy this and go to the console, clear this out, and check to make sure that we can access the product ID this way, and we can. Now we're gonna go back to our script for True Classic and replace the window.location.pathname bit with this, because that's how we're gonna get it for this site. Okay, now that we have that, the next step is to figure out, okay, where do we want the inline widget to go. In this case, I want it to go above this PDP accordion. So we're going to copy the class name here, come back, and then replace this with a query selector for that class, which familiar with CSS and HTML. Hold on, press some wrong buttons there. PDP-accord, given that's the class of the element we want to put the inline component before. Okay. And then we also probably want to remove our default questions, because for inline, it's not going to make sense to have the same questions for every product. So it's best to just let the AI generate those. Yeah, okay, now we're good to go. If we save this script and go back to the True Classic product display page and refresh, we should see our Ask AI widget show up above, and we do. Okay, fantastic. But there's some problem going on here, and that the styling of this modal does not match the rest of the page. We need some padding and some margin on the top as kind of our like start step. Maybe a max width too. Let's start with that max width and maybe some padding. So the max width here is 90 rem. So let's start by getting that added. First things first, let us take the parent div we're putting the inline modal inside, which in this case is inline root, and give it an ID that we can target. So inline root dot ID equals true classic free PDP chat. Okay, and now we're gonna add a style tag. So we'll make Camper Monkey happy here. Const style equals document dot create element style. Oh, and const style dot text is going to equal some CSS text that we have for, and we'll do what I made that ID, which I believe was true classic tree PDP chat. So true classic tree PDP chat. And then we'll do max width, what we just saw, which was 90 rem. And let's do the padding next. Let's see what the padding is on, where was I? On this guy, we can just take this value straight up. And then we're gonna have to use some margin. And I'm just gonna like ballpark this from what my eyes were seeing. We'll do 4 rem and 4 rem. Maybe a little bit high, but okay. You have plenty of flexibility to mess with these later on at your discretion. Okay, and that should give us the CSS we need to have our inline modal actually look pretty and fit well with the site. It's like I broke something or other. Let's take a look back at my code here and see what I got. Oh, this should just be style.text. And then now that I'm back here, I'm also noticing we should also have document.append style. That way the actual CSS gets added to the page. And we're going to clear and do one more hard refresh. Yep, and that fixes our problem. Well, a little bit at least. Our CSS isn't applying here. Let's figure out what's going on. True classic PDP chat. Let's see if we can see our selectors here. Does not look like we can. Coming back to the demo, maybe I wrote this wrong. Take a look. Maybe it's not actually getting appended to the head. Looking for a style tag close to the bottom here. That's not going to be it. Maybe one of these. That'd probably be the very bottom of the head. Let's just give this a query. And yeah, we have this div, but our CSS style tag is not getting added the way that we need it to here, which is very, very odd. Let's give this one more shot. See what's going on. So odd. Oh, my bad. Needed to be append child, not append. And nope, still not. Oh, wait, maybe. Hold on. No. So weird. Okay, we're gonna cheat and look at my other script. I don't want to spend too much time on this. Oh, this should be text content, not text. My memory failed me, so we're gonna do text content here. And yeah, perfect. So now you can see that the actual, sorry, I have to load one more time so this gets centered correctly. Oh, looks like I need to do margin left, margin right auto, actually. So it gets centered. Margin left, auto, margin right, auto. We'll come back one more time. And yeah, there's just a lot of work. Like I think this is like a pretty realistic example of what it would be like to embed the PDP chat in your own UI. But now you can see here that I got it. We can chat with this specific product. So I can ask a question like, you know, I am 5'7", 145 pounds. What waist length should I pick? There you go. And it's going to tell me like based on the model information given, typically a 6-foot model wears a size 31 for someone who is 5'7" and 145 pounds. A common waist size would likely be around 30 to 32 inches, depending on body distribution and preferred fit. I mean, again, perfect answer. I can ask more stuff like, are these jeans machine washable? And just continue my conversation, like ask more about the product. It's really awesome UX. I think it does a ton to improve product display page conversion, like I mentioned earlier. Just kind of like exciting and cool and a new way to use AI. And that's the complete demo of how you would actually set up the Retrieve search widget for any Shopify store, complete like end to end. The PDP page stuff is a lot of work. I can't recommend doing it completely, but it can be rewarding. And the coolest thing ever is that by doing the Tamper Monkey script and having all of this, you can actually just like wrap this inside of a script tag, script, and hand this off to your user to add to their theme for Shopify or WordPress, whatever their site is. And that's it. You would be able to be absolutely confident that they'd be able to get the AI working with no issues because you tested it using Tamper Monkey, which I think is super fun. You can work out all the bugs and kinks that the end user might have to on your own. Yeah, cheers. Like the main thing I want to show, of course, reach out to humans@retrieve.ai if you're interested. Oh, one more thing I almost forgot. There are partner settings. So if you want to make this powered by your company, you can do that inside the settings. So I can change this to be, company name, your company, favicon URL. We'll just do google.com/ we'll do the Google one. And you can have your Cal link, your company name, your phone number, your email, your Slack, etc. If I empty this out, you'll just see the Slack link and the nav bar goes away. Now if I come back to the nav bar, you will find this has the Google logo powered by your company instead of Retrieve. And you can white label this to resell. That way customers can feel like they're having a direct relationship with you and not like they're going through some third party to acquire Retrieve, which I think is super fun and cool and like another value add of the product for entrepreneurs out there that want to help the world onboard to AI more quickly. Again, yeah, thank you so much for listening to the demo. We are around to support you. If you want to become a partner and get set up with this for e-commerce, just send us a ping and reach out. Cheers.